Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Fail to perceive or to catch with the senses or the mind. I missed that remark. Fail to experience. Fortunately, I missed the hurricane. A young female. Be without. There is something missing in my jewelry box. Leave undone or leave out. How could I miss that typo? A failure to hit, or meet or find, etc. A form of address for an unmarried woman. Fail to attend an event or activity. I missed the concert. Fail to reach. The arrow missed the target. Fail to reach or get to. She missed her train. Feel or suffer from the lack of. He misses his mother. Fail to perceive or to catch with the senses or the mind. Be set at a disadvantage. The painting loses something in this light. Fail to make money in a business. Make a loss or fail to profit. Fail to get or obtain. Fail to keep or to maintain. Cease to have, either physically or in an abstract sense. Fail to win. Miss from one's possessions. Lose sight of. Suffer the loss of a person through death or removal. Withdraw, as from reality. Remove oneself from a familiar environment, usually for pleasure or diversion. We escaped to our summer house for a few days. A valve in a container in which pressure can build up. As a steam boiler, it opens automatically when the pressure reaches a dangerous level. Be incomprehensible to. Escape understanding by. Non-performance of something distasteful, as by deceit or trickery, that you are supposed to do. That escape from the consequences is possible but unattractive. Fail to experience. The discharge of a fluid from some container. They tried to stop the escape of gas from the damaged pipe. Flee. Take to one's heels, cut and run. The burglars escaped before the police showed up. Run away from confinement. The convicted murderer escaped from a high-security prison. An inclination to retreat from unpleasant realities through diversion or fantasy. Romantic novels were her escape from the stress of daily life. The act of escaping physically. He made his escape from the mental hospital. Escape potentially unpleasant consequences. Get away with a forbidden action. A means or way of escaping. Hard work was his escape from worry. An avoidance of danger or difficulty. That was a narrow escape. A plant originally cultivated but now growing wild. Issue or leak, as from a small opening. Gas escaped into the bedroom. A young female. A girl or young woman with whom a man is romantically involved. His girlfriend kicked him out. A young female. A youthful female person. The baby was a girl. A female human offspring. A friendly informal reference to a grown woman. Mrs. Smith was just one of the girls. A young female. A young female. A young lady of 18. A young female. Be without. This soup lacks salt. The state of needing something that is absent or unavailable. There is a serious lack of insight into the problem. A shape that is spherical and small. He studied the shapes of low-viscosity drops. Remove, cargo, people, etc., from and leave. Drop off the passengers at the hotel. Grow worse. Fall or descend to a lower place or level. A sudden sharp decrease in some quantity. A drop of 57 points on the Dow Jones Index. A free and rapid descent by the force of gravity. It was a miracle that he survived the drop from that height. Let or cause to fall in drops. Stop associating with. They dropped her after she had a child out of wedlock. Pay out. A small indefinite quantity, especially of a liquid. He had a drop too much to drink. Get rid of. Cause to fall by or as if by delivering a blow. Hang freely. The light dropped from the ceiling. A steep high face of rock. A steep drop. Stop pursuing or acting. Drop a lawsuit. Leave undone or leave out. A curtain that can be lowered and raised onto a stage from the flies, often used as background scenery. Lower the pitch of musical notes. A central depository where things can be left or picked up. A predetermined hiding place for the deposit and distribution of illicit goods, such as drugs or stolen property. Change from one level to another. She dropped into army jargon. Fall or sink into a state of exhaustion or death. Shop till you drop. Give birth. Used for animals. The cow dropped her calf this morning. Go down in value. Stock prices dropped. Let fall to the ground. Don't drop the dishes. Lose a game. The Giants dropped 11 of their first 13. Omit a letter or syllable in speaking or writing. New Englanders drop their post-vocalic R's. Take a drug, especially LSD, by mouth. She dropped acid when she was a teenager. Terminate an association with. Drop him from the Republican ticket. The act of dropping something. They expected the drop would be successful. To fall vertically. The bombs are dropping on enemy targets. Utter with seeming casualness. Drop a hint. Leave undone or leave out. Prevent from being included or considered or accepted. Failure to act with the prudence that a reasonable person would exercise under the same circumstances. Fail to do something. Leave something undone. Give little or no attention to. The trait of neglecting responsibilities and lacking concern. The state of something that has been unused and neglected. The house was in a terrible state of neglect. Willful lack of care and attention. Leave undone or leave out. Lack of attention and due care. Fail to attend to. He neglects his children. Leave undone or leave out. Prevent from being included or considered or accepted. Jump across or leap over an obstacle. Leave undone or leave out. Defeat oneself by going too far. Look down on. Be oriented in a certain direction. The apartment overlooks the Hudson. Leave undone or leave out. A high place affording a good view. Look past, fail to notice. Watch over. I am overlooking her work. Leave undone or leave out. Disregard intentionally or let pass. An explosion that fails to occur. A failure to hit, or meet or find, etc. Fail to fire or detonate. The guns misfired. Prevent the occurrence of. Prevent from happening. Let's avoid a confrontation. Declare invalid. Refrain from certain foods or beverages. During Ramadan, Muslims avoid tobacco during the day. Refrain from doing something. He should avoid publishing his wife's memories. Stay clear from. Keep away from. Keep out of the way of someone or something. Her former friends now avoid her. A human female employed to do housework. I have a woman who comes in 4 hours a day while I write. An adult female person, as opposed to a man. The woman kept house while the man hunted. Women as a class. It's an insult to American womanhood. A female person who plays a significant role, wife or mistress or girlfriend, in the life of a particular man. He was faithful to his woman. An adult female person, as opposed to a man. A person with a record of failing. Someone who loses consistently. Inability to discharge all your debts as they come due. Fraudulent loans led to the failure of many banks. An act that fails. His failure to pass the test. An event that does not accomplish its intended purpose. The surprise party was a complete failure. An unexpected omission. He resented my failure to return his call. Lack of success. He felt that his entire life had been a failure. Loss of ability to function normally. Kidney failure. A heading that names a statute or legislative bill. May give a brief summary of the matters it deals with. Designate by an identifying term. A legal document signed and sealed and delivered to effect a transfer of property and to show the legal right to possess it. He kept the title to his car in the glove compartment. The status of being a champion. He held the title for 2 years. An identifying appellation signifying status or function, e.g., Mr. or General. The professor didn't like his friends to use his formal title. An established or recognized right. He had no documents confirming his title to his father's estate. An informal right to something. His title to fame. Give a title to. A general or descriptive heading for a section of a written work. The novel had chapter titles. An appellation signifying nobility. Your Majesty is the appropriate title to use in addressing a king. the name of a work of art or literary composition, etc. He looked for books with the word jazz in the title. Usually plural, written material introduced into a movie or TV show to give credits or represent dialogue or explain an action. The titles go by faster than I can read. An identifying appellation signifying status or function, e.g., Mr. or General. An identifying appellation signifying status or function, e.g., Mr. or General. Disappoint, prove undependable to, abandon, forsake. His sense of smell failed him this time. Be unsuccessful. Where do today's public schools fail? Fail to do something, leave something undone. She failed to notice that her child was no longer in his crib. Stop operating or functioning. The engine failed on the way to town. Prove insufficient. The water supply for the town failed after a long drought. Fail to get a passing grade. She studied hard but failed nevertheless. Fall short in what is expected. She failed in her obligations as a good daughter-in-law. Get worse. Judge unacceptable. The teacher failed 6 students. Be unable. I fail to understand your motives. Become bankrupt or insolvent. Fail financially and close. A number of banks failed that year. Be unsuccessful. Suffer a miscarriage. Be unsuccessful. Expect and wish. Feel or have a desire for, want strongly. An inclination to want things. A man of many desires. Express a desire for. Something that is desired. The feeling that accompanies an unsatisfied state. Have need of. This piano wants the attention of a competent tuner. Anything that is necessary but lacking. I tried to supply his wants. A state of extreme poverty. The state of needing something that is absent or unavailable. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. A specific feeling of desire. Feel or have a desire for, want strongly. I want to go home now. Be without, lack, be deficient in. Want courtesy. Hunt or look for, want for a particular reason. Your former neighbor is wanted by the FBI. Wish or demand the presence of. I want you here at noon. The bill in a restaurant. A dismissive term for a girl who is immature or who lacks respect. She was incensed that this chit of a girl should dare to make a fool of her in front of the class. An Irish girl.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.